Why did it not start? Why
It
did
did.
it not start?
It did. It's live. You're live.
No, but the little thing's not going. Why is it not?
I don't know.
Where's our
It says
video?
live 11.
Our video. The video just doesn't.
10,
Oh no.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2.
Time's up.
You know, if I did some
Oh,
sit-ups
shit.
in the morning or bent over like this, I'd probably feel 100% better. Moon River.
Oh my god.
Kamala, there's something different in your genes. Like a mutation.
No, God! No, God, please, no! 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 No!
They showcased Ironcaster's work.
Are you ready to talk hard?
Greetings and salutations, my friends. You have made it to possibly the weirdest talk card we've had to date by far, and possibly the end of talk card. These guys might not come back if we survive this fiasco, but here we are. Woo! Shark side of the moon, baby. Here we are. Let's do it. With me, as always, Ironcaster and Stone Loki. Ironcaster, how are you, my friend?
Well, after watching this, I feel like I might owe you guys an apology for recommending this.
What a fine mess you've gotten us into, my friend. Loki, my friend, you survived it, and I'm going to make you relive it. So, yeah, there it is. Uh-oh. Loki.
Oh, sorry. I couldn't help myself. I had to make you wait. Like, oh my god, is he still there? Did he leave? Did he get up and just walk out? What the?
In space, nobody can hear you groan.
God help me!
There's a scene where there's a scream. There's a scream in this movie, and I went, "No one can hear you scream in space." I just stop already. So, yes, folks, this movie. So Tubi is this free service. It's an app that has a ton of movies. Did a little research and found out that this is part of what they do to compete with Shark Week. Because Ironcaster didn't tell me that when we started this match, but I had already reviewed Shark Bait because there was a new movie on there, and it was like, meh, not very good. So I thought, well, they're doing low budget Tubi originals, and this had a Tubi original logo. So I thought, oh, Ironcaster's just trying to throw us a bone, and we'll have a good night. We can Riff Tracks Mystery Science Theater this baby up, and yeah, it's
you give me too much credit for that.
So I see now, not when I was going through this process.
Look, I saw what happened. I went to go just check Twitter one day, and I saw Tubi is trending, a service I've been telling people to check out for a while. I go to check out, I see, why is Tubi trending? I didn't look further past the first post. Someone just shared the poster for Shark Side of the Moon. I saw the pun. I groaned. I said, I gotta show the guys this.
Yeah. I said, well, is this your way of evidently this is where we went with it, even if that was not his intention. But here you all are in chat, you sadomasochists. Chris Persia out there doing the Pops Mod work, the goat of the YouTube producers, man. I'm sorry, Chris, in advance. Yes. Daniel, my friend. Hey there. How you doing? Thanks for coming and hanging out. Claude, Jacob Ironside. Awesome. Great to see everybody coming piling in here for this shenanigans are afoot. Zax, my friend. Thank you so much. Sharks on the Moon sounds like a winner. Well, Well, and then I guess they were a little worried about his pause. His dramatic pause was not from his Fletch scene. It was from the fact that I gave him a dramatic intro. He was deciding whether he was going to stick around or not. So, will this defeat Iron Sky as far as Moon movies? All right. So, all right. Well, we'll see. So, I have Ironcaster to thank for making me watch this. You do have Ironcaster to thank. I guess I am still to blame. So let's just, it's okay. It's okay. And it might have made Moonfall look better.
As I said in the chat, this makes Moonfall look like a masterpiece of cinema history.
It's crazy bad. It really is. Gap's here. Hey, Gap. Monkey Jeebus. Hey there. And yeah, it's crazy. So here's the thing. We really do want to highlight something like Tubi because it is a free service and they do actually have good movies in the sense that for Bite Fest, which is what they called it, they did get a license and they showed the Jaws movies. Now I don't know when things come and go because they had just had Inception and now that's gone. So I'm not sure how long they'll get things for, whether it be 30 days, 60 days, whatever. So they do have licenses for that kind of thing, but then they've also been trying to do Tubi original. So in the back of your mind, think about, can something like this function? Can a direct to streaming, free for advertising, no subscription service, can something like this survive? I don't know. Keep that back in your mind. In the back of your mind, think about if there's a sequel, would the sequel be named a parody of another Pink Floyd album, or would it be another shark or moon name would be the sequel? Because that's the only appropriate way to move forward is the movie starts, and I have to be honest, I went into this movie wanting all of the humans to die. I'm going to be cheering for the sharks just so I can have an excuse to send more humans to the moon to make another sequel. Now, that's not what happens. However, we all should be thinking about what we need to make as our puns, as our names. So wait. Who paid you $30, Monkey Jeebus, to watch Moonfall? You get paid to watch Moonfall? I didn't know that was
that was half the budget for this movie, you realize.
I don't know if they had any budget at all. It's insane. They just had somebody who was really overzealous with their green screen stuff, and that's what they were going to kind of go for. So,
if they do a sequel and they keep it with the Pink Floyd stuff, they need to call it Money, and all the sharks are in a casino because they're sharks in a casino.
Oh,
and they're all pretending to be humans. Like I'm not shark. I'm Bob.
They just wear suits.
And they call it Money.
They just wear suits.
Yeah,
like they're mafioso. Oh, that's a good one. That's not bad. There's our first proposal for a sequel pitch. Yeah.
I think they should be lawyers.
Lawyer. Okay. All right. Now we're kind of getting there. So those of you who are not familiar with how we do this, we're going to quickly go through this movie. It's so strange because I have to be honest, I really felt like they actually used 1984 footage, and I kind of panicked a little bit thinking this was like Challenger footage. So I was like, well, that seems very inappropriate, but I don't really know for sure. So I don't want to speak totally out of turn, but I felt like there was some footage here. It's supposed to be in 1984. Let's see if I can make this bigger. That's what happens. I felt like some of this footage might have been, but they cut to Russia, and this is Russia space program. It's so funny that we just have this randomly talk about the two people who do not look like they are Russian at all, pretending to be Russians, and they're in front of some sort of pool, and he throws a piece of meat, and then suddenly I don't know exactly how it happens, but the pail goes into the tank, and then they break out, and this is our first shot. Now, I have to be honest. All I have seen at this point was the poster, and I'm seeing my first shot are hammerhead sharks. So I thought, actually, the look of the sharks, even though the CGA is not good, I'm like, all right, this is going to be good. Sadly, we have to have different variations of sharks. And this is them chasing. Look at them running. Sharks running. And this guard is about the most helpful guard in the history of guards.
They used that filter that they're using every time they go outside. They're using this blue filter to try and make it look cold.
Yeah.
And if you know anything about camera work, about how they film, all they did was they put a filter on the camera. So, we will make it look blue so it's cold. Blue means cold.
And very bad gun safety very bad gun safety here. He's got his finger right on the trigger, completely useless.
Oh yeah, good catch.
Yes, completely useless. And they just starts running. By the way, he doesn't do anything. He's completely just stands there. He's still standing there. Nothing's happening. They've escaped. That's her. Now I got to be honest. If I have to have a roll, that's what I want. I want it something like that.
That lady takes her shoe off and tries to fight that one that's they've escaped. She takes her shoe off and tries to shoe one of them and gets eaten.
Let me see if
I'm like, that's what you get, bitch, for taking off your shoe.
Yeah, so this was a single swipe with a shark, and the dude's bit it. He's in half. There we go.
You know, that shoe lady, I had to stop the movie and just laugh over it. It was just ridiculous enough for me. I'm like, I am in for a treat. At this point, I'm like, I am in for a treat. I am all on board. This wasted no time at all in getting to the movie. Bareback.
Takes her heels off.
Yeah, takes her heel off. Yeah.
And then
chomp.
And then that's all we get. But what's weird is they'll show these scenes and then you see these shots. Look, there's hardly any skin. They're striking people down, but people are like, there's no skin on them. So I don't understand. I don't understand the prop bodies around the CGI. And this one's got boobs. I don't know if you guys, it's all sorts of weird.
There's some femme sharks later that wear bras too. They wear bras.
We're going to have to get to how they're manufacturing so much stuff for their, So this is the opening sequence. And then, so the plan to escape is not to escape, but rather to steal the space shuttle, the Russian space shuttle. I don't know about you guys, but of all the escape plans I've seen in movies, I don't know that I ever saw one that just for an unprovoked reason was, let's just steal the space shuttle. Now, I will admit, if we know we're going to die and there's a space shuttle that's handy, maybe just go, guys, if we're going out, let's go out on a space shuttle joyride. Okay. This was great. This was full stop for me for a minute. Dude says, I'll sacrifice myself. And he's got this, I kid you not, plastic gun. It's looks like a cardboard tube taped over it with this little orange ball right here. And this is what happens. He just shoots the little ball and it goes back there, but nothing happens. He sits down and lights a cigarette. And then a minute later, so there's like some sort of explosion or something. I'm like, I don't understand. If he's shooting something that can cause the reaction, how is the shuttle still going? Am I the only one that paused at this scene too?
So he fired a flare. That was a flare.
Yeah.
Nothing explodes. He explodes because they rip him apart. Okay. So what he says is he's like, I will give you a few seconds for Mother Russia. And runs out there, fires the flare gun, gets him to turn around. That gives homeboy in the cockpit just enough time to take off with all of them inside of it. But you see the blood and gore hit the window from this guy dying.
Right. Yeah, let's see if we can get to the... Yeah, shuttle's going off. Shark side of the moon.
What a shit show.
Look at this. This is so ridiculous. I gotta be honest, if you can build this kind of launch thing, why aren't you going to this little tiny shuttle? You can't build something more to scale? This is sad. So Gap says he's ready. His teeth are ready for Shark Side of the Moon. Dude, I hope so. Okay. What did the shark say after he was accused of eating a human? Not guilty. Okay, Gap. They don't need any help, my friend. We don't need any help. We don't need this. We don't need call two sharks to get married, hooked for life. No, stop. We can't. No. Oh, jeez. Forget to
We'll
add
deal with the Finney business around here.
the bad comb over wig to this casino sharks. Yes. Monkey Jeebus Studios do. I only go if it's close. Okay. Shark full of secrets in the next Pink Floyd. Saucer full of secrets. Okay. So they saw Suicide Squad and copied the best part? Not really. No. Shark men are inclusive. Yes. They're shark people. Shark people.
God help us all.
It does look like a toilet paper roll. I said paper towel roll because it was a little bit longer. Same premise. So yeah, it is. Then we get the credit, and then we kind of fast forward to present day. We're in Cape Canaveral, and they're going to go on a mission now. They're going to the moon. Now I know what you're thinking, because I was thinking it too. I mean, I have to be honest. One of my hangups to be an astronaut was I can't wear the clothes that I want to wear to my job. I have to wear, a spacesuit or a uniform. I gotta be honest. Nope, I was wrong. You can wear whatever you want to wear. Like this, just jackets, t-shirts.
And
this lady's got
AirPods.
she's got her AirPod. Okay, so this lady's feeling ill, and he's doing this thermometer check of her head, which is way too far to be accurate, by the way. However, and then says, "You got pain somewhere? I got pain right here. Oh, you got appendicitis. You have to get off the ship." I'm like, what?
Everyone on this bridge is a fucking moron. Everyone from the commander to the controller to her first officer to the engineer to the doctor to the lady sitting there having appendicitis, and how they bring on somebody. Oh, well, we'll bring on somebody last minute. We've only got an hour, but we're going to get somebody in here. No, that doesn't work. Yeah, cool guy sitting here coming in on the bike. No. Someone just doesn't drive up and go, "Hey, you know what? I'm here. I'll fill in." Doesn't. No.
Yeah, they're just talking about how much they don't like this guy. They're talking about how much they don't want him around. All their nonsense, and they just start cracking jokes. Like it's just the stupid jokes. So the appendicitis lady was like, "Well, I think I got sick at the food truck. I got sick. Oh, you shouldn't eat the food truck." Blah blah blah. And it's like one guy's making jokes because they make a gas joke, and it's like, "Oh, I think I left my stove on." It's like, "Well, remind me not to let you alone in the galley." It's like, what on earth are we watching? What on earth is happening? They're so cringy. All these people are so
this entire movie. This is I was looking at her calling her not Mila Djokovic.
Oh, I'm sorry. I got a name for her. Are you ready?
I thought the same thing.
Instead of Doctor, she's Commander. Oh, look at this. Who is this girl going to be? She's Autumn Sunrise 2.0. She's a POC version of that. Like it's a completely different version. It's like Halo all over again. Like, see, she's Commander, Doctor. What you call? Oh, Mila. She's what would be a knockoff? You guys in the chat, you have to help us come up with nicknames because it'll just make the show a whole lot more tolerable if you just kind of help us figure out how to get through.
The big hero they had come in on the motorcycle is not Tom Cruise.
Yeah, he's not Cruise.
Yes, he's not Tom Cruise.
Because it's like the way they were building him coming in, it felt like they were making this in the aftermath of like Top Gun, Maverick.
Oh, oh my God, what's the thing? Not over the counter, but what when you get meds, but it's not like the prescription brand name meds. You get like
just generic.
Generic. Okay, generic Maverick. How about generic Maverick?
Generic Maverick. You got to keep generic Maverick in mind, right? Generic Maverick's good. Let's see what we got here this year. There's not Mila Jovovich. Oh, it's so cringe. Yeah, there he is. This is generic Maverick, which I have to be honest, when I first saw this, I actually thought it was a white guy because I was on my phone. I turned out later to be completely wrong, which makes other things more unacceptable. This is their version of Creeper, this guy here in the back. Like the pasty, useless white guy. There's actually 2 pasty white guys. There's this one, and there's another one on the other side that we'll have to get to.
One is chum, one is shark bait.
Oh yeah,
chum and chum, chum and shark bait. Yes. Oh man, yes. All right. So NASA always has a reserve on standby, not miles away, needed to be called in. Yeah, they would be like literally like come up the elevator. They would have been medical check downstairs. We've all seen Apollo 13.
I'm convinced they did that. I'm convinced that was like a last minute shot they put into the movie just because of Top Gun at this point.
Maybe
just to show him showing up on the motorcycle.
Okay. I'm willing to, I almost said, but someone will try to hold me to it. We should reach out to the filmmakers, but no, they'll answer and they'll want to come on and be like, never mind. We don't want to talk about this movie again. Dean Krantz, I recommend you watch Zone Troopers and instead you choose this. Listen, no. 2 different things, Dean. 2 different things. Okay, that guy's name is Fade. That's the black dude on the other side. We'll call him Fade. Hopefully that's what you meant, Jacob. Pops, she's commander captain because half the time the crew calls her captain when she's only a commander. Yeah, well, there's also like this back and forth on what to call her because Generic Maverick tries to call her boss. She's like, no, I'm not boss. I'm commander. It's stuff like that. It's so freaking stupid. The guy looks like Elf from Rings of Power. Okay.
Oh, the Don Lemon elf.
Cool Ocean. Yeah. We call him Cool Ocean. The guy on Lord of the Rings, Rings of Power is Cool Ocean because you have to have a calm, easygoing name for your black lead. Cooling Ocean.
This guy? That's Generic Maverick.
He's supposed to. Yeah, Generic Maverick looks like the guy, like Cool Ocean on Rings of Power.
Right. Okay. So there's all these stupid lines about how they got to get through turbulence, and then we have to have this. So, are you guys familiar with Amy Farrah Fowler from Big Bang Theory? She's the little sister, Ginger Farrah Fowler, in my opinion. That's all I kept thinking when I saw her. She's basically like a ginger version of Amy Farrah Fowler.
I kept calling her not as fat as Tilly. She's not as fat as Tilly. And then it's just... Yeah. I think I broke Pops.
You need an abbreviation for that or something. I'm not sure I can keep saying with a straight face.
NFT?
Not as fat as Tilly is talking to Commander Captain.
Is this what an NFT is?
Yeah, yeah.
NFT? Not as fat as Tilly? Okay, that'll work. An NFT. We'll never be able to hear NFT again and keep a straight face, and people won't know why. You know the budget is low when the science crew only gets 1 Apple earbud. No. There's actually several. I just kind of probably jumped over them because Tubi has like 30-second jumps. So I started taking notes as I'm doing reviews because I'm reviewing so much and I'm doing it so fast, and sometimes there's gaps when I can record it. So for this, because I wasn't going to be near, I was doing it on my phone. I just kind of made a couple notes, and then I wrote Apple AirPod question mark because I saw his, and then when you cut to a different shot, there's the girls got one. So it's just what they did. Yeah, red shirts 1 and 2, red shirts, not eye candy. Oh, it only gets worse. Keep that one in the back of your mind. Yeah, we didn't hire hot people. Notice that there's no one in Hollywood that has like a C cup or bigger anymore. Just so we're completely clear, like talk about freaking anti-feminism. No one.
Everybody's getting breast reduction surgery now.
Yeah. See, that's what I thought we were talking about with Fade. Was this guy, the other guy, that guy? He's Fade. I don't know what to call her.
Okay, can we address something real quick because it's right around here. I had to stop this. I literally had to stop this when the pilot warns the commander that they're experiencing electromagnetic discharge from blah blah blah. It was some shit that like the asteroid belt around blah blah around Uranus. Commander, we are experiencing electromagnetic disturbance around Uranus. And the commander literally, it's right around there. Right there. The commander literally is like, can you please repeat that in English this time? Can you please tell me exactly what you're talking about? I don't know what you're talking about. I'm like, the mission commander doesn't know what the pilot is fucking talking about.
I know.
They're flying through an electromagnetic disturbance in space that obviously they knew because he's like, it's coming off of the asteroid field around Uranus. They knew this was coming. And she's like, I have no idea what you're talking about, man. Can you like explain it to me?
See what Fade has to say.
Final run through at 100%. That's important.
It's got to be right.
All it took was 30 seconds to go from everything is fine to everything's falling apart.
Off course by 24.2 degrees.
Yeah, that's their attempt to try writing science. By the way, that will constantly say things like something is off by so and so degrees. Something is off by so and so degrees. They do it like 4 times. It's so freaking irritating.
We're not getting back on course.
I mean, I understand that this is not meant to be taken as like a serious movie. I get that. I'm down with that. I get it. But then there's like, would the mission commander really be this effing stupid? That
there's no attempt to.
Can you please explain it to me?
Yeah, there's no attempt to make her like a person of leadership that would hold any ability to command people. Like, there's no presence. This is the other chum white guy, but you know what he reminded me of? He reminds me of the really so there's a couple of gangly white guys, but from Dodgeball, we're the one that falls for the Russian chick. Kind of reminds me of that. So this is Dodgeball and
Unibrow.
Chum. He falls for the unibrow Russian. So this is Dodgeball. Dodgeball's my nickname for him so far.
Joel, we had some interference from the Van Allen buoy. Course corrected. There's no way.
Computer to continually reset.
I was calling him Tweaker Shaggy.
He's a little Tweaker Shaggy for sure. Yes, indeed.
My job as commander is to stand behind you, yell at you, and push buttons when you should be pushing buttons and doing your job.
But I am Fade, and I don't shave. I have my earbuds.
Fade in.
This is the computers going to town.
Control X. I wish you could go back to that. It was like to reset. That's like the warning at the Little Caesars when their displays are down. And then it's like, please press Control X to restart. Oh my God.
That's so great. So, and just for everybody knows, so like, her solutions are always like the dumbest options you would have. Like, do this, but we're going to crash. By the way, they're literally like seconds away from crashing, but no one straps in. Watch, here's she's Ginger's losing her business.
By the way, wait, stop. I like the set there. If we can pause and kind of get that on not Ginger. If you look at the background there, that's a ring light, and those are like tap lights.
That's a touch light right behind her head. You're right.
Like I've got that ring light right up here, too.
So we had up front, we had generic Maverick, and we had Fade. So this is just Token, because he's just the other guy. I didn't even know there was a third black guy until I'm watching it with you guys. It's just, these people are just so interchangeable. They're only useful to me if they have nicknames, because I just don't care.
Half of them exist here just to be shark bait.
Yes. See if we can get it to yep, here we go. We're gonna crash. Duck down. Look at that. Oh, it's class act right there. He bangs his face on the thing. Let's watch this again. Because that doesn't get a whole lot better than that.
That's all it takes to correct the ship. We just fix one
Turn the wheel.
One little wheel.
Turn the wheel. I know what you're thinking out there. I gotta get myself one of these ships to scale right there. Turn the wheel, buddy. Turn it faster. Come on, Dodgeball. Okay, get ready. Absolutely. Watch. Here we go. Duck down. Yeah. So if you're in a space crash, that's what you got to do. You got to duck down. Those of you don't want to take a stab at it, we need to figure out, I need to get a template to put over things so we can still talk and do whatever, but there'll be some sort of, EFAP does this. So I need something like that. I cannot figure out how to make my own StreamYard templates. So that's what I'm looking for. Let's see. Going back to chat for a second here. I'll take a break from that. Maybe we can dodge our things. So.
Hold on 1 second. You need what? You need templates for StreamYard?
I thought we could get it. I thought we could get like a StreamYard template. The templates are the ones that kind of stay up over the screen, and you can have something like that. And it'd be like a watermark. It would say pops on it, so we could still be there, and it would say pops on it. All the ones I do block us completely out. You can't see anything. I want to be able to see kind of what's going on.
You just want the little Pops logo up in the right-hand corner of the screen.
Well, I wanted something that would kind of block more of this out, so probably we would hopefully be less likely to get.
Okay, so you don't want just an icon up at the top right of the corner. You want the whole thing,
right? Something like that. Yeah.
Okay, well, because
I can do the little logo, right?
Okay, well, anyway, we'll talk after. I can do that.
Yeah. We'll figure it out. Last time I said I wanted something, next thing I know, Chris Persia had it in my email by the time I even finished my paragraph. It's just how people go. So I've learned now to just talk out loud about things. So that way there's no like ego to bruise or anything like that. So, okay, where do I leave off here? So I kept calling her not Kaylee because she clearly went from the ginger look from Firefly. Oh, that actually is kind of true. They did kind of look like a knockoff of Kaylee. And Van Allen belt. Let's see. I think Fade is an elf. Okay. Pointy ears. Okay. EMP is a generic term anymore. Everyone has heard of. Dodge the wrench. Yes, you have to dodge the wrench. I have that clip, so I'm not going to derail this even more. The one guy looks like a younger Jeff Daniels. I want to call him dumbest. What's the point of strapping in when you're only the pilot and co-pilot seat are fixed to the position? The others have cheap swivel chairs. Yeah, well, there's no effort. It's just like duck down. I don't know.
And by the way, this is supposed to be like the ship going to start a colony
or some sort of major technological thing that will move us forward for all mankind. I don't quite understand. They kind of gloss quickly through what the point of the mission was. But yeah, it's so insane. It's so badly done. So here's a generic Maverick. They're all basically just touching base. No one knows what to do. And I think
I'm going out. No, you're going to go out. No, you can't.
No, this is before that. This is where they're going. How much food do we have? We can last for 6. So we're good, right? So she's just like, we're good. We just do she does an inventory of how much. Well, we can do this. And Ginger's like, yeah, we'll be able to start growing plants. And I'm like, okay, hold on. Like, what on earth? You've crashed for 5 minutes, and one of your officers or crew members are like, you know what? We'll just start growing plants. We'll be fine. Like, what on earth is wrong with you people? Anyway, it's all really bad, and Ginger, they're not going to be able to go back. And Ginger's like, I'll never see my dad again. Blah 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 blah. And we're like, whatever. No one cares. No one cares. She's talking about food and resources, all this, and they're debating about who gets to go out. Like Ironcaster was saying, they're going to go out, and they're going to walk to this other module.
By the way, one of the first things that really stuck out to me was that initial shot when you see like the group outside of the ship. Mm-hmm. The CGI is just not syncing up. Everything is just like terribly distorted. It just looked awful.
Yeah. The one guy looks like he's totally in a Saturday Night Live skit. He's always got this goofy grin on his face and stuff.
Like this shot right here. All the rocks in the ship, they kind of jitter a little bit. Like they didn't have enough time to finish kind of syncing this all up properly.
You can see the rendering line. So the rendering line, right? So that you have a rendering. So you have rendering lines that are in through here that you can see right here on the ramp. It's 2 different colors. They didn't even try to color it right. So it's 2 different colors. So that's probably where the rendering line is. It goes along like that. So it's completely different. Yeah. This is all. It's just nothing matters. It's just I don't even know. So you just have different layers. This is a layer. That's probably a layer. Yeah. It's crazy. So, and this was funny. I actually laughed. Watch this.
Cyrillic. Russian, maybe.
Russian. That's odd.
Wait for it. That's Fade? No. Fade's out there, right? Isn't this Token? I get them confused, guys. You have to help me. I can't keep track.
If anything, we probably picked up some Chinese characters from the YouTube too.
No, at first.
Because Russian and Chinese look exactly alike and sound exactly alike.
Sure wasn't that. Let me see if I can get it pulled back up.
We have more important things to do. Come on.
Yeah, we're picking up a communication on the moon after crashing, but we have more important things to do. They made it.
Don't mind that.
We made it to this cart covered in wrinkled foil, gold foil. Maybe this was like the duct tape projects, or it's like there's paper that you can get like a I don't know, like a wallpaper or something.
Oh shoot!
Oh yeah, dude, he when they crash landed, he smacked his face on the railing, so he gave himself a bloody nose. So I presume this was part of where the sharks were going to go because they could smell his blood. Is what I was going for.
Exactly. This was my thought. Like, oh, okay, we're gonna have sharks on the moon. This is now where we're gonna have the sharks show up.
Right. And there we go.
They waste no time at all.
There's almost like the it's kind of like the Grab Boys. They're just a thing going across at them, and they just kind of stand there. No one's like, oh, well, I wonder what that is. I don't know what that is. Do you know what that is? I don't know what that is. What could that be? And then it just kind of runs out of them. This is them running on the moon. Oh, and he bursts into flames, and I'm like, what on earth? What? There you go. They're coming at him, and then the one bursts into flames. And then the other one
on that green screen is absolutely horrible.
It's everything.
That's all green screen. There's nothing like the reason why you have like a normal ground is so that your feet don't look like they're hovering and floating on green screen. And that's exactly what they've got going.
It's funny how that shot of the shark, he was faced one direction. And then when they cut to the next shot, it was faced the opposite direction. So it messes up with our eyes. Our eyes don't take things that way. You have to keep the perspective going the same direction. It's just there's nothing particularly good. So these people just show up, by the way. They save them. This guy. Yeah.
No helmet, no helmet. They're just wearing chainmail around their head. You know, the Russians got chainmail over his ears because that's going to protect you from the vacuum of space. And his little girl there, Akula. You can guess what they call her. Akula.
She's
Shark
like the
Girl.
Soviet Winter Soldier. Shark Girl.
Shark Girl. So you've heard of Lava Girl and Shark Boy. Well, this is, Shark Girl and Daddy Russian. And yeah, he has like a little headpiece and he has like an oxygen tube around his nose, and they wear glasses because you got to keep the moon dust out of your eyes, I guess. And these little jumpsuits, and they basically create this long diatribe on how he survived the Russian ship getting there, which took the sharks there, and he found her and raised her like his own. And they have this long story about how they can survive.
By the way, if you watch the cosmonaut's little weapon, when it's up close like this, it's got blood. When they do the group shot, there's no blood on it.
You're right.
Right there.
Yeah, you get that. That was funny.
Like, oh no, this isn't gonna be another creeper, is it?
Yeah, she's got her shark. There's her shark dorsal fin back thing, like Shark Girl.
Yep.
She's a witchy little thing, by the way. No blood.
Yep.
And they get into this thing. Oh my gosh, it's crazy. All right, let's just jump ahead a bit. Go ahead.
They're like, we don't have enough seats on this moon buggy. Oh, not a problem. One of them gets eaten.
Yeah. It's just one dies right away. Then they basically they ride the boat. We end up in this is where they, I guess, live. This is his little shuttle camp thing, base place. He's been here for decades, and he's created technology to figure out how to survive, but he still lives like this.
Don't you love the light right in the eyes with the helmets?
Oh, just everything. Just like that
right
shot
there.
Right there. Yeah. At least it's on his forehead.
Hers, the other one's it's right in her eyes.
It's the best. It's freaking great. Didn't even name her. She didn't even matter. She's playing with her pod. Go ahead.
So I gotta ask, but at this point in the movie, you guys are probably cursing my name. as you're sitting through this, you're like, what the heck has this guy gotten me into? I am watching a movie about sharks on the frickin' moon.
Loki, you want to take that?
Oh, sure. I'd taken probably 2 breaks. I'd like walk out and it'd be just like, what am I doing? And how did I get here in my life that I'm watching sharks on the moon? There's a point where you just have to kind of disconnect and you go, fuck it. Let's just get to the end. The end can't possibly be worse than the rest of this piece of shit movie.
It's crazy.
But just wait. They're going to double down on how bad this shit is when we get to the end. So at this point, I just mentally said, you know what, whatever. I'm just going to finish it because,
Dean says he bought that lunar module. He bought his own version at Home Depot on sale. So yeah.
Oh yeah. Tinfoil. Tinfoil. Gold tinfoil. Yeah.
Yep. Dean, it is all for laughs. It is all. This movie is so insane. It's insane. It really is.
I'm surprised they didn't pull like the black part of the radio flyer off of the thing when they put that out there.
Yeah, left the flag in. Yeah. Is she an Android? No, she is Shark Girl. She is Shark Girl. Come on, Pops. In other words, future of all the buildings must have large plastic tubes everywhere. Yeah, okay.
In other words, guys, this was the best movie ever.
Dave Bob's like, Iron Sky was funny. This is not so much. Fembot Shark. Yeah. You're disgracing fembots, in my opinion. They at least had boob guns. She just has a hump. Oh, that's right. They don't kill him right away. So they catch him and then they start torturing him. Now, so this is what I said earlier where I thought we were going to get like hammerheads. Instead, we get these weird hybrids. So this is one. She has these extremely long forearms and claws and a little tiny. That's not even like a great white head. I don't even know what kind she's supposed to be. She's a freaking amalgam. She's supposed to be a girl. She's supposed to be a female one. But yeah, she starts just slapping him around. And then they see she's got boobs.
Oh, and then, she's not just a female shark. She's the queen of the shark people.
Right. Yeah. She's like, tell us where your ship is. We can't find the ship.
God help
us. This shot made me stop. I have to admit, I stopped. I was like, okay, I need a break. So what on earth am I looking at here? I'm like, where did they get the stuff to make their costumes? Why are they wearing costumes? What do they care about being covered up for? Since when are sharks modest? My brain just raced down too many avenues, and I'm like, this is just wrong. Like, I'm just.
Well, I mean, if you look at them, they're all wearing the Soviet stars, so presumably they salvaged stuff from the cosmonaut ship.
Okay, like you've thought way too much into this, but okay. So this guy comes over. So the other shark, this is the muscle. He comes in, and I love it. Just grabs him and just bites his foot off and just starts. Yeah, that's the best. Actually, that might have been the best because when I took a break and I came back and saw that, I'm like, oh, all right, well, I can live for that. That's actually funny. That actually made me laugh. And Dodgeball just starts screaming. That's great.
At least they thought ahead to not just let him bleed out without explanation. So they have to cauterize the wound.
Yeah, they cauterize the wound. They have a blowtorch. They cauterize the wound.
It was like they took a bar stool and they just heated up the seat.
Right.
Because it's just this big, open, frying pan looking bit.
Yeah. So they get the idea. They're just gonna put them in the same suits. He has multiple suits laying around. Who knew? And I kid you not, that's what they look like. Look at generic Maverick in the back. I'm like, first off, it's about now that I'm realizing I'm dealing with a black dude. By the way, I missed the other scene. In the other scene, I kid you not, I think I paused. I think I faced palm and I cursed you a little bit in my head, Ironcaster. Something about seeing Elton John, and the black dude goes, "Dude, you saw Elton John?" As though the black dude
God, dude.
Down, like you saw Elton John, like the black dudes are Elton John fan. I'm like, oh my god.
Well, of course, we gotta have that bonding.
Over Elton
we're not
John.
so We're not so different, you and I.
I know, what on earth? And they're just wearing, like, the flaps are down. They have to wear their glasses and this little oxygen tube. The little flaps are hanging. And
and they have like algae that they're using to like breathe.
Oh, right. Yeah, algae. You want to explain the algae?
Yeah. Don't worry, guys. We have science for how this works, for how they can breathe on the moon. They thought this through.
Well, they tell you a whole bunch of stuff. It includes algae that generates oxygen, and he can eat it. Let's just keep moving. This was the CGI city. Now, mind you, the human and the sharks have been here the same amount of time. We don't exactly know how they got separated, but they did. He lives in his little tiny shack, and they built a city with multiple buildings, with multiple functions. They've harnessed what appears to be some sort of lava explosion. Volcano,
yeah,
right?
A volcano on the moon.
Yeah, we only slightly overlooked that.
Just insane. And so insanely bad, by the way. Yeah, this is the sets on the inside. Look at this, how ridiculous. I gotta be honest, when I saw this movie, I thought to myself, she doesn't really want to act again. She just wants it to be over. She's just done.
Oh, don't worry. Don't worry. We're the only people who have actually seen this movie. No one's gonna know she was in this.
You can imagine someone running into Tubi's office right now. 4 people watch this. 4 people. Oh, I told you it was. Now, here we go. They're going to fight the sharks. I kid you not. This is the scene. Would you guys like a little bit of sound? Why not? Oh, I wish we had that too. We get flagged for that. By the way,
she's just pissed because they gave her Ray-Bans she's got to wear.
Yeah, that's true. The copyright flags I've gotten now are the Loki one where he was singing the face swap where he's doing Bohemian Rhapsody. And then I had noob reviews on, and Megan's doing some sort of cheesy pop song in the face. So I got to stop doing the reface ones with the singing, because the singing is what causes the copyright claims.
Oh yeah, I bet you they don't like music.
Yeah, they don't like music. Look how bad that is. So ridiculous. Chopped his eye off. That's one angry Pirates of the Caribbean right there. Get him, generic Maverick. Jab, jab. Got the other eye. He's just 2 little meat stumps on its head now. And she just jumps in the air. Look at this. She just jumps in the air.
She jumps over it.
Everybody jumps over everything. That's so insanely bad. To take down Hammerhead. I didn't want to see Hammerhead go. So
I just kind of wish he was like. I kind of wish the movie ended with like a post-credit scene of the one without eyes still stumbling around the moon.
No.
Where did everybody go? Hello, hello, it's me, Hammerhead. Hello.
Does she like it when you touch my fin? Oh, see, Goblin Shark, maybe.
They say I'm the finny one.
Oh no, there are many sharks. We'll get to the shark thing. The shark, we've not even scratched the surface of the sharks. What they do with the shark? No, they do not spit acid.
I feel like we need to stop and take stock of where we're at with this movie, just to make sure everyone's on the same page.
It's so bad. Go ahead.
So we have Soviet sharks on the moon.
Yep.
Soviet man sharks on the moon.
Hybrids. Yep.
We have our crew now on the moon, now lost,
trapped there.
Yes. They have a crewmate they have to go rescue.
He's been kidnapped and being tortured. Yep.
The sharks speak Russian, but not English. So that's why everyone talks in English.
Except for the one, she can speak English, but the rest of them all speak Russian. They don't even understand Russian, according to the Russian cosmonaut, who now has a hybrid human-looking shark daughter.
For no reason.
I think that about does it. think that's about right.
Okay.
We've lost at least 1 or 2 crew members. We don't really even know which ones are which. And there we go. Here's another one going down. Oh, this was dramatic. Yeah, I read this part. I should have turned the closed captions on because at one point it says screaming. And she only gurgles. She doesn't scream. I just kind of laughed.
I was disappointed we didn't get a shot of like her head getting sucked out of the suit.
I actually thought we were going to have like blood like in the suit, like in her face, like that. That's what I thought we were going to get. We didn't get that.
Well,
no, we got to come back to Ginger.
You think they can afford blood packs?
I wouldn't even use a blood pack. I mean, I can just make a generic blood pack for a movie, just blow something up, just be ready. I just need the shot. I don't care what it looks or sound like as long as I get blood and stuff going everywhere. Just put some oatmeal and some red food dye and stuff like that. Blow it up. You'll be all right. Clearly, we must greet our new shark overloads and show fealty. All right, we'll see. Shark City. We built this city. On Shark's Back Road. We built this city. Maybe that's a sequel. Shark City. Maybe. All right. So we got to move along a little faster. We'll never get through because they're just searching this base and they're listening to the little shark girl taking them down these really cheesy tunnels. Some have green lights and red lights. Oh, there's Hubler. They've got him. He's got one leg in the shark room.
And we got the baby sharks.
Yes, baby sharks. And generic Maverick is like, no, we gotta blow this place up. And she starts throwing a tantrum about hell no, we're not doing that. These are little babies. They didn't do anything wrong. I have no idea where they got the shelves and the way to build this contraption where they have all these baby shark eggs, but they're there. Look at that. Now look at these shelves. So just so we're clear, the king of the shark hybrids is this female shark thing that speaks English. And her plan is to get to their ship to take all of the eggs to Earth so they can take over the Earth. That's the grand antagonist. Yeah.
Because sharks are known for the queens.
Yes. And so we're clear, Loki has probably completely checked out. He's probably doing something completely different by now. He's like, I can't.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I didn't know who was dead. There will be people that die in like massive explosions and then suddenly they're back and you're like, wait a minute, I thought this person died in this, they got killed. No, they're back. No, they didn't die. But this person got eaten. No, they didn't.
I don't even know if they died or got eaten. I think there are just like 6 different versions of like black dudes and stuff. Like we don't even know like who's and what's what half the time. It's so freaking frustrating. So
there is a guy that dies in an explosion and then he's back on the ship later and you're like, wait, what the but you died screaming, you know? And no, he's back.
You held an explosive.
Yeah, you held an explosive and you blew up, but now you're back on the ship. Right.
Like all better.
Cheering on death. Cheering on. Way to go, Chris. Yes. Universal Shark Translator. Yes. Pity the fool that comes after my fins. Little Mr. T reference. Okay, fair enough. Let's see. Clearly the cloning technology. Sheesh, Loki. Clearly.
You see, my theory was all that time Loki's staying silent. He's writing me the biggest thank you letter for showing him this movie.
No.
Poor Loki.
No.
Loki's significant other likes this type of schlock. Like went on a long rant about how many Sharknado movies are actually in his house, how they watch all of these crazy amalgam ones or whatever. And even she was like, no, it's that bad. Like we couldn't even we went schlock that's below that level. So all right, folks.
She has all the Sharknado movies. She has all the super croc movies. Now I'm a Godzilla fan. I'm a huge like old school monster movie fan. So I've got like all the Universal monster movies, all the Abbott and Costello's, Thing from Another World, all that cool shit. But she's into all the Sharknadoes and Super Croc and Sharknado versus Super Croc and Anaconda versus Sharknado and all that shit. and she thought this was the biggest pile of dog shit she'd ever seen. So
I am predicting within the next 5 years, this is going to get the Rift Tracks treatment.
Chris Persia, yes. Coincidentally enough, she does have 2 copies of Moonfall, the regular copy and the Steelbook. So yes, you are indeed correct, sir.
Oh,
what an amazing guess.
Yes, hashtag blame Ironcaster. Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so you think 5 years for Rift Tracks?
I think so.
I don't even know if they're going to wait that long. If they actually get wind of this, Tubi's going to be like, pay us some money. What do you guys want? What do you guys want? Because this is so insane for Rift Tracks. This is just, oh my gosh.
I think this is the next Manos: The Hands of Fate.
Okay, maybe.
Like, honestly, I'm all on board with this movie. It's like, it's like, and I was kind of saying this last night. It's like one of those like atomic like 50s B movies where like, oh, we'll go to Venus for a business meeting and we'll go fight the Venusians.
It's so worse than that. This movie is so much worse than I wish they were, because at least in the 50s it was all practical stuff and it was just cheap stuff that they got. This is just like you said, that's a freaking ring light in the background. It's so distracting. She's got this little silver rag thing that barely on her head with these crazy glasses that they made her wear. It's so freaking nuts.
Look, I've got my ring
so this
light.
is them. This is them making it back to the ship shorthanded on humans and missing other humans, and now they're attacking the ship. So that's what we got left. Keep an eye on here. Dodgeball. Dodgeball's going to go sacrifice himself. Runs out here. He's going to do his thing to buy them some time to come up with the next plot point nonsense. How bad this looks. Somebody said King Shark, making another Suicide Squad reference. King Shark actually looked freaking good, man. I liked King Shark. It looked all right. All right, we need to watch Ice Pirates. Now that's entertainment. That's actually not a horrible movie, though. I think you missed the point of this, Dave Bob. We were going for schlock. At least I was going for schlock. So, yeah, this is literally the Jurassic Park scene where it comes in the room. Ginger's supposed to be trying to figure something out with microscopes. I'm not quite sure how the microscopes are relevant to anything, but that's what she does. There's the table scene, so it's Jurassic Park. Makes a noise and runs for it. So, yeah. Doesn't make it. So, it's just a lot of bickering and nonsense about blowing up the baby sharks and if we can trust this thing or not. She has a little interaction with the queen. They're evidently sisters at one point. There's just so much stuff thrown against the wall. I don't even know what to do with all of this. Look at this. Look how bad the head looks.
Oh, so we didn't mention the best part about this movie, why they're trying to steal the ship.
I thought I covered that they're trying to get back to Earth with the baby eggs. No?
Oh yeah. So they can like take over and rule the planet.
Planet of the Sharks. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, that was their solution. All the baby eggs that were on those shelves are going to eventually go across the ship and be flown in. So this is them. There's some run on the moon. There's a string here. Why is there a string here on the left behind that rock? There's a little string. Let's see if I can find it again. But yeah, the sharks come over the thing. There's a whole lot of we don't know what to do. Then suddenly this guy, he at least says, I don't know why I didn't think of it before. He has this plan where he can blow something up and save the day. So they're going to try that scheme now where you get to the end. He's going to try this scheme to get that rocket going.
Oh, no. They needed like the flight plans and they wanted to stick a USB into his
that's right,
Russian
USB. They just look at it and go, oh, that's the flight plan. Just a USB. I go, okay. All right. Don't know how y'all knew that, but you did. Yes.
Oh, yeah. The Soviets had that technology in the 80s.
Yeah. All right. So long story short, this is our big climactic. Here's the shark thing. Riding it. It kind of cakes over somehow. Falling down to Earth. And there's like light on the side of the moon. And then we end up with this scene. We're in the water.
And they survive in the belly of a shark.
Yeah, they survive inside the shark and get to Earth I feel like we missed too many steps there, but we're getting long in the. We're spending too long on this movie in this way. Because we have to spend time on this ending that made this ending makes Loki so happy. I make sure we cover this ending well. Go ahead, Loki.
If you like rewind it, because I had to rewind it, I was like, okay, this makes absolutely no effing sense. If you rewind it, the sister of Shark Girl is throwing them into the mouth of the mega shark behind her. See, that's sister of Shark Girl. She is picking them up and throwing them into mega shark behind them. That gets launched into space by the volcano and makes its way to Earth. Don't ask me how. Don't ask to explain it. Just shut your mind off. Ignore everything that says there's a 0.0001% chance of the explosion sending them to Earth. Don't ask how they survived with oxygen. Don't ask what they ate on the trip. Don't ask any fucking questions whatsoever. Just be a absolute moron and believe they survived the trip, and that their safety boat there somehow survived the trip in the stomach of the shark that went through space and survived re-entry into Earth, and they landed all right in the water. Don't ask any questions.
Perfect sense.
It's just like back in the day with Mullet Girl, when she said, "Stop talking. Don't. You're ruining it. Don't say anything. Don't comment because you're just gonna ruin it." It's just like Miss Mullet says in the ship on Halo. Don't question anything.
This thing about them riding the shark through the atmosphere, they stole that from Sharknado 3.
Oh, okay. Now we're plagiarizing other schlock.
Yes.
We'll have to bring in, we should have whispered in, and she could have given us a lecture on Sharknado 3, so we all would have known. We probably have to address, like, I know, chat, you guys are crazy. I know. After Planet of the Sharks, it'll be beneath the Planet of the Sharks, to the rise of the Planet of the Sharks, then return of Planet of the Sharks. Maybe.
Yes, I love this.
Yes. If you build a civilization on the moon, you will hold the ultimate high ground. They can make gravity sleds and shoot airtight cargo containers at the ocean. Yes. Where's the shark exterminator when you need one? And one baby egg floats up near that raft. Oh my God, it's a baby shark. Oh, you have no idea how bad it's going to get, Gap.
So the last 5 minutes is the most insane part of this movie.
I don't even know what's happening. The biggest load, skipping the fact that it would have taken days to get from the moon to Earth. They survived the trip. Yeah, where did the rubber ding? I don't know. It's inside the shark. He put it so succinctly, and it just makes my head hurt.
This is the best movie ever.
It made me laugh. I will admit that. So they're in the water, and I was like, because I'm with Loki, and I called Loki today. We're talking. He goes, "So you're not at the end?" And Loki just starts laughing. And I'm like, "What? He goes, "Oh no, you got to see it for yourself." No, it can't be that bad. He's like, "Oh no, you got to see it. You're not gonna believe it." So he's laughing at me, and I'm like, I don't even know what I'm getting myself into.
Oh, no, it's because Pops is telling me that it can't get worse than what I've already seen. And I was like, oh no, no, wait till the last 5 minutes of the movie. Just wait till the last 5 minutes of the movie. You haven't seen shit yet. If you think this can't get any worse, you haven't seen anything yet.
I know, this is insane. So they get inside a shark that is inside a volcano. They get shot to the earth, and the dinghy survives. They get out of the dinghy, and here's the best. Look at the face on Generic Maverick. Generic Maverick's like, goes, damn. He's like at this face because here's what's happening. She's in labor. They're like, well, have you ever been with another shark? They're like, no. And then scientist Dr. Commander lady just makes up some term that sharks can just make sharks. That is not a thing, folks. I have no idea what kind of butt crack they pulled that out of. But
they did have a throwaway line earlier in the movie about parthenogen, about being able to just asexually reproduce. And because she was one of the hybrid like shark experiment things from the Russians.
He used to cover his face.
God help us.
Of course, she's going to be able.
Yeah, there's the baby shark. Oh, God, we didn't stop at the right spot. He's like,
Ugh.
I am. His face is the best. And all I kept thinking when I'm watching this scene, and I'm pausing it nearly as much as I'm pausing it now, and all I kept thinking about was Loki laughing. Oh, Pops, you're so cute. Thinking it won't get worse. It gets way worse. Look at this.
Shit.
This is so ridiculous. Oh my God. Oh my God.
And then it gets worse.
And then it gets worse. And I have to be honest, when I and Catherine are talking, I'm like, what did I seeing here? I'm like, I don't understand.
Yeah, literally, she's like, wait a minute, my babies need me. And then she just jumps in the water.
Yeah, it attacks generic Maverick because he's there wiggling around screaming.
Care of my babies.
So she just jumps in the water. Now, at this point, I'm like, what is she talking about? There's like one baby and it's biting him. I'm like, I don't understand what she's talking about. And then it's like, it takes a second or two. And she just kind of looks around. And I guess they're all baby sharks.
Mm-hmm.
And they cut it because she says we're effed, but they cut it. So that's Shark Side of the Moon. A movie that literally broke Loki and Pops, just so we're completely clear. Even though I'm speaking in third person, I have no shame of absolute Ironcaster. Yeah, hashtag blame Ironcaster. Okay, hold on. Brett is asking, I need to watch Sharktopus versus Terracuda. Oh, I'll have to have Loki involve a fourth person in that, because there's no way we do that by ourselves. That sounds just way too much schlock. That'll have to be like in a couple months.
I feel like we need to start pulling out like the string and like the conspiracy board to explain the Shark cinematic universe.
This is insane. Yeah, Loki's silence does speak volumes, but I assure you, when we were on the phone earlier, there was not silence. There was laughter at my expense. It was just an endless stream of him going, he hasn't seen the end. Oh my gosh, he thinks it's bad. I could just hear Loki's brain. Like everything we talked about just got supplanted by Loki realizing I wasn't quite done yet. Yeah. Yes. Yes. Oh gosh. I don't even know what I'm supposed to say to this, Dean. It's just insane. It's just insane. So here, that's Tubi. So the main point of me agreeing to do this, or at least taking this on and running with it, was this is the worst of the Tubi originals. By the way, I did do a review of 2 other Tubis. My nose is running from me laughing so hard. By the way, my sinuses are completely a mess. And I thought about it after doing those 2. I was like, well, I could do more Tubi originals, but I kept thinking about what is the financial viability of, licensing, dabbling with a few originals, that kind of thing. I don't know, Loki. What do you think? Where do you? Is there a place for a Tubi? Is there a spot for free content with some ads? It just has stuff, some mainstream movies that come and go, and then stuff like this thrown in.
Oh yeah, I think that this is the new direct-to-video. Crappy B movies that, because I mean, you've got some classic B rolls that a lot of people love. Things like Puppet Master, the Puppet Master movies from Full Moon Entertainment. Full Moon Entertainment used to make some really, cheap shit, but they did it with love. They had this love for the cheap shit, so they really loved their cheap shit, and they really wanted you to watch their cheap shit, so they put as much of they could into their cheap shit. Then there's just really bad stuff that, people were like, well, you know what? I'm getting a paycheck. At least I got a paycheck for this. I can see Miss Commander going, at least I got a paycheck for this shit. At least they paid me. I'm not sure how much they paid her or whether they just like fed her. Maybe they fed the crew every day and that was enough. I don't know. But there is a place for super cheap shit no one cares about. And by God, let it be Tubi.
And, if all you have to do is sit through some ads, that's not a bad compromise. I mean,
no, it's like commercials.
They were pretty decent commercials. They weren't like, it was like Olive Garden, and one of mine was toilet paper. I'm like, oh, these are pretty just mainstream commercials. They weren't like weird. They didn't really even overly repeat like Hulu does. Like that's one of the big objections to Hulu commercials. It's like they like the same 3 freaking commercials, and it makes your brain hurt because like, oh my God, I can't see another commercial. But again, guys, they're like I said, the Jaws stuff was on here.
It's still on there.
It's still on here, right? So it's a little bit longer. Let's see if I got it pulled up. Yeah. So Coraline's not a terrible little movie, right? Naruto.
No, not at all.
That's dubbed. That's not horrible, right? My it's not letting me scroll and look. My scroll must be off screen or something like that. But like I said, the Jaws movies are on here, things like that. So I think we can all agree like this is really the place now for like the direct to video type stuff. And then like Pluto becomes more like almost like what TV Land was. Like remember TV Land where now it's like, now you can go to Pluto and sit through some commercials, then watch Addams Family 24/7 and watch, all these different, their channels, the whole channel. That's all they do. I think there's a place for these 2 apps. I think there's a really good spot. I'm not sure how much money the ads will do, but man, Loki, the thing I saw today said from 2021 to 2022, they went from 21 million users to 50 million users. Now, I don't know how many of them are active, but that's a lot of human beings. That's a lot of human beings. So, wow.
It's free content.
Part of
Dean says, as long as the narcos need to launder money, we're going to get bad movies. Toxic Avenger, Zone Troopers. Yeah. We're good. And there's some old Boris Karloff that I've been watching off Tubi. See, yeah. Ironcaster, we did Sword and the Sorcerer. Yes. And there was a Riff Tracks. And so, I mean, Riff Tracks is on there. They had Sword and the Sorcerer. So there's tons of stuff. Yeah. So, yeah.
So, I mean, one of the things I've kind of discovered a little bit in looking into some of this was after Rupert Murdoch had sold Fox, he turned around and bought Tubi.
Mm-hmm.
And then started pumping money into that to
They bought another company, like a little small production company that had Elijah's Wood named on it at one point. That's what I researched at that point. I don't know if they were pumping out anything other than direct-to-video type stuff either. That's what a lot of these actors will do. They're so filthy rich. They'll drop a few $1 million here and there on these little side projects. You never know if you can catch lightning in a bottle and hit some Blair Witch Project or something like that. Who knows? So, yeah, this is crazy. Yeah. Chris says that version is the old 15-year version. It's still a good alternative to getting Crunchyroll or Funimation. That's true. Yeah. I was going on through some of the stuff. I'm like, yeah, Tubi original. And I got to be honest, guys. Now we can put it on our resume, our bucket list of life that we have sat through the Shark Side of the Moon. Because let's be honest, I feel like it's almost like a hazing. An initiation, maybe. I feel like it's something that other nerds have to endure to like move on. How can we get past 2022 and not have demanded people to watch and suffer the way we have?
It's a movie that it's a bad movie by no means am I taking away the fact this is a bad movie, but it was like a fun dumb where I'm able to just sit back and laugh at this. Like, of course she's gonna try and stab the shark with her shoe.
I just wished we had actually had a chance to really riff tracks it. You know what I mean? I think it would have been more fun if we had more time to really give them names and really break it down the way we were able to do with Halo, because that's how it was in my head. That's why it took me so long to get through it, because I was going through these little pieces. And like I said, I got confused. There were like 3 black guys, and then like you said, Loki, one dude's dead, but he's not dead. I'm actually like just confused. And then the sharks.
Blew up. They blew him up, and then he's back on the ship. Like, hey, you miss me? And you're like, oh my god, it's Gary Busey return and Predator too. What the hell?
Yeah, Zach, I'm with you. Like, these free apps can make a dent, especially after people test them out. Yeah, I think it really does supplant. So for like you were saying, about some of the other type of schlocks, and we're talking about some of the Boris Karloff stuff. So instead of buying something like that, I can just find it on an app like this, watch it, then I won't watch it again for however many years. So there is a place for this. So anyway, if you don't have the Tubi app, we're not getting paid. There's no sponsorship here, but it fills a role. It fills a role, and I think all of you people, you need to sit through that for yourselves. I almost demand it. Not really. But you sat through with us, so we appreciate it. So
it's the kind of movie that 15 years ago would have had Bruce Campbell starring in it. Like, I think this movie would have been.
I think it's below Bruce Campbell's level, even. I mean, unless it predated Evil Dead, I think it's even below his level. This was literally like the Sharknado. It would only be like has been 80s, 90s star. It'd be something like that.
I don't know. Bruce Campbell was in a Moon movie, and he did die in it. It was a wannabe like Transformers death movie, horror movie where these things become giant monsters when they take over. Yeah. So don't forget about that. And they did some of the same. They pulled some of the same shit, taking your suit off on the surface of the moon and blah blah blah. They pulled some of the same shit back then. It was pretty B-roll. Not a lot of people remember that movie.
Do you think that they like inspired? Is that Moontrap? That's what it was called.
Moontrap. Yep. Moontrap.
And make sure I got it out of my brain. Make sure I knew for sure.
Oh yeah.
I wonder if that like the writers like thought of some certain things as being an homage. I'm not saying they were good writers, but I could see schlock writers thinking that way because I've been around like the indie film fest scene different times in my life, and they really do think of things that way. They really do think. Like one guy, he basically did that. You know what that movie House of a Thousand Corpses by Rob Zombie?
Yeah.
That film. He basically did this indie film version of that before that was a thing. It was called Filthy. And it was just like they had like the meat man where you're just walking around with all this flesh on him and stuff. And it was just like it's like they just think about these things in that way and how it's interconnected to other things that are genre related. So I could see these people sitting there watching every single Moon movie, coming up with all of these different things and smoking their bongs and going, yeah, man, that scene in Moontrap, put that in there. That's going to be great, man. People are going to love that, man. I can see that. I could see that being a thing. Yeah. All right. Zach says the more that Netflix raise prices, stop password sharing, Tubi becomes an alternative. Tubi should already be an alternative, but I agree they will only, first off, it's all of them raising prices, right? It's all these packages and all these things. Hulu priced this out, and then they came back and basically like, I'll give it back to you for free. We'll hook you up, pops. I'm like, okay, I'm not paying you. So
well, one of the things a lot of the card companies are doing right now, some people out there have had problems with YouTube lately, reoccurring subscriptions where you have to alternate a card and then put it back on there. You got to go through PayPal or something. What a lot of the financial institutions are doing is anything you've got a subscription to, they're canceling it for you. So let's say that you do like Netflix for a year, or let's say you did Disney a 2-year deal or whatever the longest subscriptions you could get is. They are actually like denying that first charge to where you got to go in and you got to tell them, yes, I want to be charged for this longer subscription or this monthly subscription, whatever it is, to prevent them from just making money off of you when you're not even using the service.
That's true.
So they've got to increase prices. Netflix has to, Disney has to, Paramount, all these companies are going to have to increase their prices for the monthly subscription and yearly subscription because they are getting canceled big time and they're losing money. And they've already spent billions of dollars on content, dollars on content that they're going to have to pay back, but they're not going to have to pay back. So
I wonder if we'll see like a Tubi get a license for a bunch of like Peacock content or Paramount content or something like that. Cause that would make sense. Like they got to find ways to keep bailing the water and Tubi's like a great spot for some of that stuff to land. What were you gonna say, Ironcaster?
Oh, I was gonna say the spending on they're going up. They're planning to spend more because they're in a position now, to where they now have to keep spending. Like I think Netflix is spending like $17 billion or some insane number like that.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. So I almost did a poll, but I thought no, we'll maybe do a poll for next time. But because next time, I don't know if you guys have a version we can stream from. There is a YouTube version we can try to use. Next week we'll talk hard. We'll do Johnny Dangerously. Why? Because my wife says that I'm probably going to get blocked or banned or something. And I'm like, no, I don't care. I'm not going to allow people to kind of squash the legacy of Johnny Dangerously. We need more Johnny Dangerously in our lives, not less. So next week we'll do Johnny Dangerously.
Michael Keaton.
Yes. Oh gosh, it's so good. Joe Piscopo. I thought about reaching out to Joe Piscopo for an interview too. So maybe after we do a talk hard, we'll see. He loves to chat. He's a radio guy now, so we'll see. He's the guy I jumped a rope at Hard Rock Cafe to go meet. Half my friends didn't know who Joe Piscopo was. The other half are like, "What is he doing now?" And I'm like, and Joe's, I don't know. I don't have whatever I had him scribble on. I don't know where it is. It's probably lost in a divorce or something. But yeah, Joe Piscopo story. After that, I thought about maybe we could come up with some random ideas, and then we'll do a poll and let people decide what we should talk hard about. Basically in September. So any ideas on what you think? Like I said, I've gone back to comedy because I feel like there's been like this. We have no comedies. Like Hollywood's just not doing it anytime soon. So every now and again we have to do a comedy just because we've got to keep the water going for people to know how much fun stuff there is to laugh at out there. So suggestions?
Oh, I don't know if I should be allowed to make.
I'm going to say you're on a short rope. Just completely honest. I was hoping Loki would have a suggestion or two. Like I'd love to revisit this one or that one.
If you want to go comedy, I've gotta go with Mel Brooks and go with like oh my god, not Spaceballs, but
you want to do Young Frankenstein? So you want to try to do
Young Frankenstein, the Western.
Blazing
Saddles.
Saddles.
Blazing Saddles, yes.
Okay.
That
All right, we'll do Blazing Saddles.
Freak some people. Oh my god, they're doing Blazing Saddles? Yes.
So we'll do Johnny Dangerously next. We'll do Blazing Saddles. I thought also about doing your favorite, Big Trouble in Little China.
Oh my god, yeah. Hell yeah.
Your favorite of all time. And then I don't know about any anniversaries or things like that. So if you're in chat, you want to have us do something, we'll take some requests. I know, what did you say, Dave Bob? Ice Pirates? Ice Pirates is not a bad choice.
I don't think I've seen that.
That's a fun movie. Yeah. We'll throw Ice Pirates out there. So, Big Trouble in Little China, Blazing Saddles, Ice Pirates, and then we'll leave an open week. So that's what we'll do. So, Ironcaster, did you stream yesterday? I did not see.
No, my stomach was bothering me, and
okay, no problem.
Yeah,
Most Mondays though.
I'm trying to make it into a regular Monday thing.
Totally understand. And then the mornings right there. Mornings of Mischief. Let's see. Thursday, Adega. Friday, Mim, Late Show. What about tomorrow? You comic book roundtable tomorrow?
Comic Book Roundtable tomorrow. Cool. We are going to have a special guest, Classic Comics on.
Oh, awesome. Very cool. Very, very cool. All right. That's awesome. Yes, comic stuff's been great. I actually have tomorrow Dan Lawless on. I don't think we'll overlap with Comic Roundtable, so you want to be back with Pops tomorrow. Dan Lawless will be back with me, comic creator. Did an interview. Talk about a guy that loves Conan. I'm just hopeful that once this stuff gets free, the guy gets a chance to actually draw Conan. He's done a covers. He's done some stuff randomly, but he's just hardcore into that. But he wants to kind of just talk about some different things, and happy to have him back. And then I'm going to have Ginger Ninja on Thursday morning, way before any of you are awake. It'll be at 6 a.m. because he's in Japan. He's promoting his own comic book. And I'm like, hey, man, I'm game if you're game. Let's do this thing from Japan. So we'll be live from Japan, 6 a.m. on Thursday morning. But when you're up, after you've watched Loki's show, you've had some coffee, you've had your heart's just racing. You're like, you know what? What's that Ginger Ninja guy got going on? Let's break this down with Pops. So we'll be doing that Thursday morning. And Thursday I'll be on with Loki again. Who knows what we'll be talking about, though.
It's funny you mentioned Ginger Ninja because I'll be on with him Friday.
Awesome.
Nice.
Over on Nick Weiser's. for the Friday Night Comic Shop stream, which starts just before your stream does. So
that's awesome.
Feed one into the other.
Yeah, this is it's been fun. It's great to see these guys doing their thing. I did tweet it. Graham Nolan did the link, so his next campaign is kind of got like a email, like a phishing email, like who's interested kind of thing. So that's going on. So yeah, lots of good stuff going on. So I will be doing more and more reviews after this, and Dan Lawless tomorrow. So and Stone Looking and I'll be doing Crack of Morning with you. Waking Up Valhalla on Thursday morning. Who knows what kind of trouble we'll be getting into then? Definitely won't be talking about the Shark Side of the Moon, I don't think.
It's going to be thirsty, though. God help us.
Well, listen, he's a shark, though.
All of you in chat, you are freaking great. You've endured so much of this with us. It is so much of this has been fun because of you guys. Let's see. Revenge Arena. Hey, how you doing, man? Aaron, thank you. Fifth Element. That's a great choice. That is a great choice. That is
I also
very
think it's on
underrated
Tubi.
movie. That actually may be on Tubi. You're right. I think in all the scrolling, I may have seen that. So yeah, that is a great choice. We'll put that on our list as well. Perfect choice. And with that, we want to thank you all again for hanging out with us for so long. Been fun. Crazy movie. Gotta laugh. I mean, it's insane. I mean, I think it's relatively clean. I think it's just over the top, stupid and zany and stuff like that. So, it is what it is. I did make a dodgeball reference, so I think we should just at least make one dodgeball clip. So let's play one.
Looks like it's going to be a 2-on-1, a menage a trois of pay.
Usually you pay double for that kind of action, Cotton.
You usually got to pay double for that kind of action. So with that, folks, go out there, make the world better one day at a time, make tomorrow better than today. Be blessed. And remember, always, always talk hard.
Rap Circle is finally here. I know everybody been waiting for it, right?